Good morning, everyone. Today, let's revise poem 10 of your book, The Tale of Custard the Dragon, written by Ogden Nash, born on 1902 and died on 1971. He was an American poet, famous for his light verse. He was also known for the producer of humorous poetry. He received many awards. This poem is written in the form of ballad. What is ballad? It is a poem or song narrating a story in short stanzas. Generally, these ballads are based on the heroism or the courage, but this ballad is humorous. It is about a dragon named Custard. And what are dragon? Dragons are imaginary creature. Especially in Chinese mythology, we find its reference. And what is parody? Parody is an imitation of a particular style to give comic effect. It is normally written in a funny way. So let's begin the poem. So here comes the first stanza. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really or truly little pet dragon. So poet says that once upon a time there was a girl named Belinda. She lived in a white house and she has some pets named she has a little black kitten, she has a little grey mouse, she has a little yellow dog, and she has a red wagon, a vehicle for transporting goods. She has a really or truly little pet dragon. She has a real and true dragon. So poet has used here realio and trulio. Realio means real and trulio means true. Poet has changed the spellings so that he can create a musical effect or rhyming effect. So poet has this poetic license, they have permission that they can alter the spellings so that they can create the rhyming scheme or so that they can create the musical effect. So this is called poetic license. So in this para, poet says that once there was a little girl named Belinda. She lived in a little white house. She lived with some other creature who were her pets. They were a black kitten, a grey mouse, a yellow dog, a little red wagon, and a creature that the poet says was really and truly a dragon. So she has a real, true dragon. Let's move ahead. Now, the name of the little black kitten was Ink. So, the little cat, the black cat, its name is Ink. She has a little grey mouse and its name is Blink. And she has a little yellow dog. His color is as similar to mustard. The this dog is having yellow color, so the dog name is mustard. But the dragon she is having, the dragon was a coward. He is not courageous, so the dragon name is custard. So in this para, what the poet explains, the name of the animals, the all tamed animals. Okay, he says the name of the black kitten is Ink. Okay, the little yellow dog had yellow color, so she calls him Mustard. And the dragon that was a coward, means he was a weakling, was called Custard. Okay, let's move ahead. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose, and really or truly daggers on his toes. Okay, so now spikes means thin pointed surface, scales means thin bony plates protecting the skin of fish or reptiles. Underneath means situated directly below. Okay, dagger, a sharp knife. Okay, so now poet is describing that this custard dragon had big sharp teeth and this dragon had spikes on top. This means that its skin was pointed at the top. On the lower part, it had scales which were bony plates to protect the skin. Now, Mouth like a fire. His mouth has been compared to a fireplace because it is assumed that dragons can release fire from the mouth. Chimney for nose. Even his nose is compared to a chimney, which is used to pass out smoke. Aurelio Trulio dragus on his toes, and his feet are like a sharp knife, that is a dagger. Okay, let's move ahead. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. So now the poet is explaining the inner strength or the bravery of these characters. Okay, he says that Belinda was as brave as a group of bears, and Ink and Blink, they were also very brave, that they could hunt lions, they can chase lions. So here the poet has shown the bravery of the kitten and the little mouse, that they could even hunt a lion, they could chase the lion, they are so fearless. Mustard was as brave as tiger in rage, and the dog was very brave, just like an angry tiger. But to contrast, all of them, was Custard. Custard the dragon was not brave. He was so afraid of everything. Then he always cried and always demanded for a nice, safe cage so that he can be protected. Let's see the next stanza. Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink and Blink and Mustard, they rudely called him Percival. They all sat laughing in the little red wagon at the Relio Trulio Cowardly dragon. So, Belinda used to tease him. Tickled means stroke or tease. Okay. Unmerciful means cruel. Similarly, Ink, Blink and Mustard, they also rudely called him Percival, the knight of King Arthur's army. Okay, they all used to sit in this red wagon and they used to make fun of Custard. They used to tease the dragon while sitting in their red wagon. Okay, and they used to make fun of this dragon. Let's see here. Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blink said "Reek," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe case. So giggled means to laugh. Weak means this is a sound made by mouse. So now poet says that Belinda used to laugh so loudly that her voice echoed in the house. Blink, the mouse, he also used to laugh and make a sound of weak. On the other hand, Ink and Mustard would tease him by asking his age. Whenever he used to demand for a nice safe cage, then Ink and Mustard used to tease him by asking his age. Let's move ahead. Suddenly they heard a nasty sound. Nasty means bad or unpleasant. And Mustard growled, and they all looked around. So while all of them were making fun of dragon, they heard a sound of someone entering the house. And when they looked towards the window, what they saw? Meouch, cried Ink, and ow, cried Belinda. For there was a pirate climbing in the window. So here also poet had altered the spelling. This is window, okay, to create rhyme with Belinda. What poet has used window for window. Okay, so window is window only. So now when they looked towards the window, what they saw? They saw a pirate climbing up the wall. So he's a pirate, robber of sea. Okay, so now the dog barked at him, and the kitten, she said meowed. Belinda cried oh, because all of them were scared of the pirate who robbed ships. Let's see here. Pistol in his left hand. So this is a description of the pirate. Okay, so pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right. So poet is saying that in both of hands he was holding pistol, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. So cutlass is a kind of sword or knife, he is holding it in his mouth. Okay, so he was holding handguns in both his hand, and he had a little sword too. He was holding his sword with his teeth. His beard was black, one leg was wood. So his beard is of black color, and he is having one artificial leg that is made up of wood. So this pirate was a disabled person, but still he was frightening all the other characters. Okay. Moreover, it was clear that the pirate meant no good. Moreover, it is looking that this pirate is not here for something good. He was there to rob them. Okay, so his intentions are not good. He intended to harm the people. Okay, let's move ahead. Belinda paled. So by seeing this pirate, the paled means turn yellow. So Belinda's color changed. She was frightened. She was so frightened that she turned yellow due to fear, and she started crying and saying, "Help, help." But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. And what happened? Mustard, the dog also started crying, and he just ran away. Okay. Ink tickled down to the bottom of the household, and little mouse blinked strategically mouse hold. The kitten Ink, she ran down towards the bottom of the house as if he had already planned for it. And the mouse Ink, he ran into his little mouse hole in order to save himself. Let's move ahead. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in dungeon. With a clatter and clank and jangling squirm, he went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. So when all the characters were earlier defined as very brave, they got frightened. Now the dragon did the most unexpected thing. He jumped onto the pirate and made such a strong sound with his nose. He snorted, created sound. Okay, so with his nose, as if the engine was producing a sound. Not only this, what else he did, he hit his tail on the ground with great force that it produced a heavy sound of metal being rubbed against each other in the underground prisons. He attacked the pirate. How? As if the robin bird attacking for worm. So he attacked the pirate just like robin bird that attacks the worms and kills the worm. Further, the pirate gazed at Belinda's dragon and gulped some gorge from his pocket flagon. He fired 2 bullets, but they didn't hit. The custard gobbled him every bit. So gaped means started with his wide mouth open. Okay. Gulped means swallow. Gorge means a drink. And flagon means a container. Okay, like this, to keep some drink. Okay. This is a container made of silver in which drink is stored. And gobbled means swallowed hurriedly. So the pirate got so shocked by the dragon's reaction that he opened his mouth wide with shock. To gather some strength, courage, what the pirate did, he drank some of the alcohol from a container in his pocket. After gathering some courage, what he did, he fired 2 bullets on the dragon but missed it. And Custard the dragon, he ate every bit of this fierce looking pirate. He ate this pirate completely. Then what happened? Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. So when the pirate was dead, Belinda embraced him, means hugged the dragon, and Mustard licked the dragon. No one was sad for the death of the pirate. They all were very happy. Ink and blink in glee. did Garrett around the dragon that ate the pirate. So Garrett means to move around in circle. So all were happy, and both Ink and Blink, they were running around the dragon in happiness. So here the poet says that all the characters was happy and they were showing their gratitude towards the dragon as he had saved them. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I'd been twice as brave, I hadn't been flustered. Flustered means upset. And upstroke Ink and upspoke Blink. We had have But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I had been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. Flustered means upset. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We had have been 3 times as brave we think. As Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. After they thanked and showed their love towards the dragon, they changed their mind. And what they did? They were reminded of how they used to make fun of this dragon, Custard Dragon, and now they all were praising him. So at once, the dog Mustard, what he said, it was just because of some confusion and he was upset. Because of that, he was not able to do anything. Otherwise, he would have been twice as brave as Custard. He is boasting. Both Ink and Blink also said that they would have been 3 times braver than Custard. Okay. To this, the dragon said, he is very simple. He said he is fully agreed and he says that all of them were more powerful and braver than him. Okay. Then this is the reality, the present time. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really truly little pet dragon. So we can see that same para is being repeated here. Now the poet says that Belinda, she is still living in this white house with whom? With her pets, black kitten, grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her red wagon, and she has a Relio Trulio little pet dragon who always wants to stay safe in the cage. So I hope you understood the poem. This was the end of the poem. Now your work is you have to find out the literary device of this poem and write down in your fair notebook. We have already discussed all the literary device in online class. So you also try to join online classes as much as possible. Thank you so much.